what I say, cause they know I got the lingo. Matching with my goals, you can say I'm playing bingo. Binding up the hate and I tie it with my ito. As a short black man, I'm really hoping that my Negroes 10 toes down, I ain't afraid of it.
What it do, my brothers and sisters? Welcome back to another banger. Yes, sir. Today we're gonna be talking about Greatsword, and I'm gonna be helping y'all understand this weapon a little bit better. Now, quick disclaimer though, before we begin, I'm not gonna be doing any crazy strings or combos on this weapon. The sole purpose for this video was just to help people understand this weapon better and how strings how we lead to you making strings, because Greatsword it's a special weapon, man. It has like its own unique move set. So I'm just gonna be helping you guys understand that in this video. And yeah, I don't know if I sound weird or anything, but if I do, I'm sick, so, and one of my noses is probably blocked, so if I sound weird, that's probably why. Also, if I like stutter a lot or I mess up my word, I'm just sick. I'm just a sick boy today. Yeah. Let's not waste any more time and let's get right into the vid. Right now, Greatsword has three stages. Yes, 3 stages of attacking when grounded. Right. The first stage would be your openers. Now your openers can come in all 3 forms of attacks when you're grounded, whether that be your side light, your end light, or your down light, right? Your openers can come in any of those forms, right? Now, what an opener is basically the start of your string or combo with Greatsword. That's what we call an opener, and you can tell that it's an opener because of this white line that appears when you do the attack. You can tell because, yeah, there's this white line that appears when you do an attack. See, I'm gonna do an end light here. You see that? There's like this white flash, this white highlight when I do the attack. Same thing with side light. Yeah, there's like a white little highlight going on over there. Down light, same thing. Alright, so basically that's what openers are. They're just the start to your potential future strings, you know. Yeah. Now let's move on to bridges. Bridges are your follow-up attacks after you do an opener, right? And you can tell that an attack is a bridge because it has a yellow highlight instead of a white one. So you see how the openers, hold on, the openers have like white highlights going on over there? Well, the bridge has yellow lines, and it can also come in all 3 forms of attacks when you're grounded. So I'm gonna do a side light opener here into an end light bridge, just to show you guys how it looks like. You see that yellow line? The yellow line indicates that that was a bridge. It's a follow-up of from your opener, right? And you can do that with either side light, down light, or, you know, down light, end light, or whatever. You can mix it up yourself, but just know that if you do an attack, if you do a follow-up after your opener and you see that yellow line, that means you're performing a bridge. Now, a bridge follows up into another attack. This is the 3rd stage of Greatsword, which is the closer or the ender, right? Now the ender is indicated by the orange highlight. Yes, the orange highlight. I don't know why I almost said red, but yeah, it's indicated by the orange highlight. That's how you can tell you're doing a ender or a closer. Now, enders are basically your last move on a basic Greatsword string, and these enders send your opponents flying. Well, that's one way you can tell that it's an ender. The other way you can tell it's an ender that it's orange when you land the attack, right? So now I'm gonna do like side light, a side light opener, and then I'm gonna do an end light bridge into an end light ender, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So wait, my bad. That right there, you see how that last attack sent them up? Yeah, that's a ender, and you could tell it's an ender because, as I said earlier, there's that orange highlight going on. Same thing goes for the bridge and the opener. It comes out in all three forms when you're grounded. So you can, that's the sidelight ender, and that's the downlight ender. So you guys can kind of play around with that and, you know, yeah, do some things for yourselves. Now that we got that out of the way, right? Another thing I want to talk about involving the enders is that when you try to do a gravity cancel attack, right, on Greatsword, that attack immediately becomes an ender. Okay, you don't get a opener or a bridge. It immediately becomes an ender. So whether you gravity cancel end light, see that it becomes an ender, or side light immediately becomes an ender, or downlight becomes an ender. That yellow highlight just says it all, that it's an ender. So that's that with the ender parts, I think. Now I'm gonna move on to the next section, in how to understand this weapon better, which is dash cancels, right? And I know this is basically not really a greatsword move, but it's kind of important if you want to understand greatsword. Dash cancels are like super important for you to understand and learn if you want to master this weapon completely, right? So what are dash cancels? It's kind of in the name, right? This is a dash, as you can see. Just look at where I stop. I think I stop around there. So just, yeah, you see that? That is just a normal dash. Now a dash cancel is you canceling that dash, right? Observe. You see that? I didn't go as far as when I did the normal dash, because this is the normal dash, right? And this is the dash cancel. And a more clearer way of seeing this is counting how many dashes it takes from you to get from here to there. So let's do that real quick. 1, 2, basically three dashes. Now if I dash cancel, let's count how many that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. Yeah, but you can see that dash cancels just makes your dash shorter, you know. And another thing with dash cancels, right, with greatsword, if you dash cancel in the middle of an attack, right, say maybe you're doing your side light, end light, and then you dash cancel, right? Once you do dash cancel, that your moves are basically gonna reset on greatsword back to your openers. Alright, let me see if I can pull off this little thing here to show you real quick. Now usually if I don't dash cancel, I'll get an opener, a bridge, and a ender or closer, whatever. I'll basically get those three moves if I don't dash cancel, right? It's gonna look like that. But if I implement the dash cancel, watch what happens. Oh wait, I fumbled. You see that? That last swing was not an ender, it was another opener. So this is how mainly greatsword strings are performed, right, with dash cancels, and this is why they are very important to understand when it comes to the greatsword. I'm not going to teach you guys how to do a dash cancel, because come on, man, you know how to dash, man. You know how to dash. Okay, okay, fine, I guess I'll do it anyway. If you're in a dash cancel, right, you basically dash forward, right, but in the middle of your dash, I want you to hold whatever key it is you're using to move forward, hold it the opposite direction. That's how you dash cancel. So basically if I'm dashing to the left, right, in the middle of my dash, I'm gonna hold my stick to the right. That way it cancels my dash. Right? That's how you do that. It's quick, easy, simple. You guys should get it. Come on, man. It's not that hard. Right? What was another thing I wanted to talk about? Greatsword's aerial attacks. Yeah. Aerial wise, I don't know, man, about greatsword. I don't think it's the best weapon aerial. Okay, some people actually use it well in the air, but I just don't think it's like very effective. Like recovery, for example, recovery is like good if you wanna like kill. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if you wanna kill and they're like above you or something. Yeah, recovery is kind of good, but not the best recovery out there. And then there's this move. yeah, do not use that ground pound. Do not use this ground pound unless you are sure and you can confirm that kill and they're like below you and they have no other options or anything. Do not use ground pound on Greatsword or you will die. Yeah, you will just get cooked. Now, there are some good moves though, for aerial with Greatsword. One of them being Nair, right? Now Nair is good if maybe your opponent likes to camp the platforms, right? Nair is a good one, is a good move for that. And then there's also side air, which kills surprisingly well with Greatsword in the air, right? Side air, this move right here, kills very well. Kills a lot actually. I just remembered something. It kills a lot actually. Greatsword side air. If maybe your opponent jumps a lot, you just bam, just whack him to oblivion. Yeah. What's the last move? The last move was the down air. Right, down air. Now, down air is only good for one thing and one thing only, and that is to just set you up for a nair, because I think at a certain health range that becomes a true combo and you can like kill your opponent with it like that. So, like down air nair. This is the only thing down air is kind of good for, okay? And obviously down air has like a variant on the ground where you just like slam that shit in there. But like yeah, that's basically that for Greatsword, man. If you guys want to like see a full combo or string video about this weapon, you just let me know and I'll see what I'll do about that. But until then, just enjoy this one match here that I'm gonna play with Greatsword, and yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all.
Yeah, listen. Hold on, switching it up like an energy drink. Cut them in half like a brain that can think. Dripping like water, the type you don't drink. Poison, I'm putting your life on the brink.